Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Sip and Seek. When it comes to Canadian local specialties and souvenirs, ice wine is undoubtedly the top choice. Starting with this episode, we're launching a brand new series dedicated to exploring ice wine and renowned wineries across the Niagara region in Canada. During the Ice Wine Festival, we joined the Ice Wine Discovery event. In just one day, we visited 6 of the largest wineries in the Niagara Appellation, tasting their signature ice wines, paired with carefully crafted local dishes. This series will be presented in 6 separate episodes, each one focusing on a single winery and its unique style and story. In the earlier episode, we also took you to the 2025 Niagara-on-the-Lake Ice Wine Festival. If you're interested, be sure to check out the previous videos. The links are in the description, comment, and at the end of this video. In a previous series, we shared a comprehensive ice wine knowledge class, walking you through the history, production, and tasting of ice wine. We hope you enjoyed it. After building a solid understanding of ice wine, it's finally time to taste this liquid gold for ourselves. Now, let's begin our ice wine winery exploration journey together. The Ice Wine Discovery Pass is truly the heart and soul of the Ice Wine Festival. It gives us the opportunity to visit more than 30 ice wine wineries over a 3-week celebration, including 6 well-selected ice wine and food pairing experiences specially designed for this event. For this series, we've selected 6 of the larger and more well-known wineries in the Niagara region of Ontario, Canada. They are Inniskillin, Rife, Peller's Estate, Jackson Triggs, and Lakeview. Let's begin our ice wine journey. Now we're heading to the pioneering winery of Canadian Icewine, and in my opinion, one of the most iconic ice wine producers in the world, Inniskillin Winery. In our previous ice wine knowledge class episodes on the history of ice wine, we learned that Inniskillin was the first winery in Canada to seriously attempt ice wine production. Through persistence, innovation, and an unwavering belief in this frozen nectar, they successfully brought this liquid gold from the cold vineyards of Canada onto the global stage. It was this spirit of exploration and dedication that helped establish Canada as one of the world's premier ice wine regions. This winery is very large. After passing through the main gate, you still need to drive several kilometers before reaching the heart of the estate. On both sides of the road, vineyards stretch endlessly into the distance, now completely blanketed by snow. It truly is an incredibly breathtaking sight. Visiting a vineyard in winter feels especially quiet and solemn. By the time we arrived, the ice wine grape harvest had already been completed. The vines stood bare, without leaves or fruit, looking almost stark at first glance. Yet, under the snow, row after row of vines revealed a different kind of beauty. It felt as if the world had been muted, leaving only the sound of the cold wind and our own breathing. As we step into the winery's main building, the first thing that greets us is a large welcome sign displaying welcome in 8 different languages: English, French, Spanish, German, Japanese, Korean, simplified Chinese, and traditional Chinese. Every year, visitors from all over the world come to this winery to tour, taste, and experience ice wine culture. Today, Inniskillin is no longer just Inniskillin of Ontario, nor only Inniskillin of Canada. Inniskillin has become a winery that belongs to the world. Inniskillin Winery is the pioneering winery of Canadian ice wine. In 1975, Donald Zeraldo and Carl Kaiser founded this winery and secured the first winery license in the Niagara region since the end of alcohol prohibition in 1929. In 1983, Kaiser reached an agreement with German-born grape grower Edward Rife, the owner of Rife Estate Winery, to set aside a portion of their grapes, specifically for making ice wine. In the first year, because bird nets were not used, a large amount of fruit was eaten by birds, and only a very small quantity of ice wine was produced. Even so, the result was still incredibly exciting. In 1984, Kaiser produced about 900 half bottles, 375 milliliters of ice wine. The label featured the German name, Icewine Vidal, alongside the English Icewine, and the wine was officially released on December 1, 1985. Then, in 1991, their Icewine achieved international recognition by winning the top honor at Vinexpo in France, instantly launching Canadian Icewine onto the world stage and establishing its global reputation. When we arrived, the Icewine grape harvest had already been completed. However, Inniskillin intentionally left 2 rows of grapevines unharvested, keeping the Icewine grapes on the vines so visitors could closely observe what real Icewine grapes look like. To prevent birds from feeding on the grapes during the winter, wineries must use protective netting like this to safeguard the grapes. One of the most commonly used grape varieties for Canadian Icewine is Vidal. It is a French hybrid white grape, created by crossing Ugni Blanc and Rayon d'Or. Originally bred to adapt to cold climates, Vidal has thick skins and naturally high acidity, which allows it to withstand Canada's harsh winters. Even at temperatures below -8 degrees Celsius, the grapes can remain on the vine without splitting or rotting, making Vidal especially well suited for producing true, naturally frozen Icewine. Icewine made from Vidal is rich and expressive, with aromas of honey, dried apricot, peach, and tropical fruits. Thanks to its high acidity, even with very high sugar levels, the wine never feels cloying. Instead, it remains fresh, vibrant, and beautifully balanced. This building is their wine boutique. Just outside, there are plenty of outdoor seating areas and fire pits, where you can sit by the fire, enjoy a glass of wine, and take in the beautiful snowy scenery at the same time. The Icewine Discovery tasting takes place in this building, which is separate from their regular tasting room.
Hi, how are you? Good.
How are you?
Yeah. Just one person.
For one.
Yeah.
Just one sparkling for this gentleman.
In a season like this, it's hard to imagine that these seemingly dormant vines once gave birth, in the frozen nights below -8, to crystal clear and beautifully sweet Icewine. This year, Inniskillin offered a tasting for Icewine Discovery, featuring a glass of sparkling Icewine paired with a waffle and a piece of fried chicken. As a pioneer in the field of sparkling Icewine, Inniskillin holds a milestone position in the history of Canadian Icewine by being among the first to combine the intense, concentrated sweetness of traditional Icewine with sparkling wine techniques. Inniskillin created an entirely new style, sparkling Icewine, reshaping how the world understands and enjoys Icewine. The history of sparkling Icewine starts from a winter in 1998. The grapes grew in exceptional condition, reaching a perfect balance of ripeness and acidity. As Christmas approached, the cold snap arrived right on schedule, with temperatures dropping between -9 and -12 degrees Celsius, and lasting until mid-January 1999. This created a golden window for producing top-quality Icewine. It was in this very year that Inniskillin decided to do a new experiment, crafting sparkling Icewine from these premium Icewine grapes. The traditional method for sparkling wines, like champagne, is a two-step fermentation process. First, the grape juice ferments into still wine. Then, yeast and sugar are added to the still wine to generate carbon dioxide bubbles. However, this method doesn't work well for Icewine, which has extremely high sugar levels and an alcohol content already around 9%. To overcome this, the winery turned to a single-step fermentation in a pressurized tank. During the fermentation, the tank remains open until the alcohol content reaches about 9 to 9.5%. As fermentation enters its final stage and the alcohol rises to 10.5 to 11%, the tank is then sealed. This allows the carbon dioxide produced by the yeast during the last 1.5% increase in alcohol to be naturally trapped, creating the delicate bubbles. Finally, the wine must be aged for a period of time before it meets the strict standards of a high-quality sparkling wine. Therefore, the initial yeast used in sparkling ice wine must be highly active, capable of sustaining complete fermentation in one go. This innovative approach eventually received VQA certification and was formally recognized under Canadian wine regulations. Since 1998, Inniskillin has been producing sparkling ice wine continuously, pioneering the creation of bubbles in ice wine. Sparkling Eisen gives flavors of tropical fruits, ginger, pear, and lemon lime unfold layer by layer within the fine, persistent bubbles. The finish is silky smooth, leaving a lingering elegance on the palate. In 1975, Inniskillin Wines was founded in the Niagara region by Donald Zeraldo and Carl Kaiser.
Go!
In 2025, Inniskillin Wines also launched a special ice wine package to celebrate the Chinese New Year of the Snake. In addition to Vidal ice wine, Inniskillin also produces other styles of ice wine. For example, their Riesling ice wine offers fresh notes of lemon, lime, and peach, while the Cabernet Franc ice wine showcases strawberry and raspberry red fruit aromas, making it an excellent match for chocolate desserts. Although best known for its ice wines, Inniskillin also produces a range of high-quality red wines. Its Reserve Cabernet Sauvignon is noted for aromas of blackcurrant and ripe dark fruit, with smooth, rounded tannins that pair beautifully with grilled meats. The Pinot Noir is equally appealing, loved for its elegant notes of cherry and raspberry, with expressive and vibrant fruit character. What left the deepest impression on us was Donald Zeraldo's remark, "If you want me to do something, just tell me I can't." This slogan perfectly captures the spirit at the core of Inniskillin. It reflects an attitude that refuses to be defined by boundaries or constrained by tradition wherever something is deemed impossible. That is precisely where the desire to explore and break through begins. From committing to ice wine production in the cold climate of Niagara to pioneering innovative styles such as sparkling ice wine, this slogan turns doubt into motivation and limitations into a starting point for creativity. If you like our videos, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Thank you for your support, and we will see you in the next video.